Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how we like to dig deep on this show, and today we are diving into the future of logistics.
How our stuff gets from point A to point B, basically. And let me tell you, it's going to look radically different in the coming years.
It totally is. And luckily for us, Masood Khan, over on the Supply Chain Savvy podcast, just did a whole episode laying out the major trends driving this revolution.
10 trends, to
Yeah.
be exact. And he really knows his stuff.
Right. I love how he takes these honestly kind of complex ideas and makes them so engaging. So that's our mission for you today. We're pulling out the highlights from Khan's episode and, well, doing what we do best, diving deep.
And these aren't just minor tweaks we're talking about. These trends represent a fundamental shift in how we move goods around the world.
Absolutely. So to give you a taste of what we're covering, Khan talks about everything from autonomous vehicles and drones
Which are way closer than you might think.
to AI-driven supply chains, blockchain, green logistics. I mean, the list goes on. It's a lot, but trust us, it's fascinating stuff.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the best part is it's already starting to impact all of us.
Okay, so let's start with those self-driving trucks and delivery drones. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Is this really happening?
It's definitely not science fiction anymore.
Yeah.
We're already seeing pilot programs with autonomous trucks, and drone deliveries are becoming increasingly common.
So no more waiting around for the delivery guy to show up. That's kind of amazing. But what about the people driving those trucks now? What happens to their jobs when we've got robots behind the wheel?
That's a critical question, and it's something Khan spends a good amount of time on. There's no doubt that automation will displace some jobs, and that's something we need to be prepared for. But it also creates opportunities for new types of jobs, technicians, engineers, you name it.
So it's not just about, oh no, the robots are taking our jobs. It's more nuanced than that.
Way more nuanced. It's about managing that transition, ensuring people have the skills and training to thrive in this new landscape. It's a huge challenge, but it's one we can't ignore.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of huge challenges, another big one that Khan tackles is AI-driven supply chains.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, this is where things start to get really interesting for me.
Right. It sounds super futuristic,
Yeah.
but it's closer than we think.
It really does. So paint a picture for us. What does an AI-driven supply chain actually look like in action?
Okay, so imagine this. AI analyzing mountains of data in real-time weather forecasts, traffic patterns, even social media posts to predict and, get this, prevent potential disruptions before they even occur.
Wait, hold up. So it's not just about like rerouting a truck around a traffic jam. We're talking about AI anticipating major events.
Exactly. Natural disasters, political unrest, you name it. AI can help us build much more resilient and responsive supply chains.
So fewer delays, fewer shortages, and let's be real, less chaos when things go sideways. I mean, think about the pandemic. What if we'd had this kind of technology then?
It's a whole new world of efficiency and responsiveness, really.
Okay, I'm sold. Now let's talk about something else that's good for the planet, green logistics. Because sustainability isn't just a buzzword anymore, is it?
Not at all. It's something consumers are demanding. And companies are starting to realize that it's not just good for the environment, it's good for business.
For sure. So what are some of the ways the industry is going green? What's Khan highlight in his episode?
Well, electric vehicle fleets are a big one, especially for those last-mile deliveries in cities. We're also seeing solar-powered warehouses, sustainable packaging.
Ooh, sustainable packaging. That's huge. I'm so tired of getting deliveries that are basically mummified in plastic.
Exactly. Companies are really starting to rethink their entire approach to packaging, and that's a major win for the environment.
Okay, I have to admit something. The whole blockchain thing always seemed a bit, well, mysterious to me. But Khan actually made it make sense in the context of logistics.
You finally clicked for you, huh?
It totally did. So for those of us who aren't tech wizards, how does blockchain fit into all of this?
It all comes down to transparency and trust. Blockchain lets you track a product's entire journey, from the moment it leaves the factory to the moment it arrives at your doorstep, with complete transparency.
So no more wondering where your package is or when it'll actually arrive. That's pretty amazing.
It's like having a digital trail that everyone in the supply chain can access, which builds trust and accountability.
That makes a ton of sense. But blockchain's potential goes way beyond just tracking, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It can verify the ethical sourcing of materials, so you know your coffee beans were harvested ethically. It can even automate payments, which streamlines the whole process.
It's like blockchain is the glue holding all these other trends together, in a way.
In a way, it is. Khan even touched on hyperlocal logistics, which is all about speed, speed, speed. We're talking same day or even same hour deliveries becoming the norm.
It's like instant gratification, but for, like, everything. Need groceries, boom, they're at your door in an hour. New phone, done.
And don't forget about the robots in those warehouses, fulfilling all those orders.
Right, the robots, they're already a big part of the picture, and their role is only going to get bigger.
Absolutely. They're more efficient, they don't need breaks, and they never call in sick.
True, true. But again, we have to circle back to that question of jobs, right? It's a trade-off.
Right.
Increased efficiency and convenience, but potential job displacement. It's something we can't shy away from.
Definitely not. And Khan doesn't. He also talks about ethical sourcing, which is becoming increasingly important to consumers. People want to know where their products are coming from, that they're made in safe and fair working conditions.
It's not just about the stuff, right? It's about the values behind the stuff. Love that. This has been such an eye-opening conversation, so much to digest. Out of all those 10 trends, was there one that particularly struck you?
For me, it's how all of these trends are converging, feeding off each other. It's not just about individual technologies or trends. It's about how they all come together to create this entirely new ecosystem.
It's like a perfect storm of innovation. And it's really got me thinking, if you were calling the shots at a major company, which of these trends would you prioritize? Let us know your thoughts. This is a conversation that's only going to get more important and, frankly, more fascinating as we move forward.